Alrighty, we are back. A little bit late. Quite a bit late, actually, compared to our normal start time, but we had, things going on, so can't really do about that. The last time we were in the Sunless Sea, we were about part way through the Empire of Hands, and their Zeppelin feeling. We have gotten a plan together to go and get some fuel for the Zeppelin just by going to and from the Iron Republic and just delivering these deliveries of hydrogen, getting those across, just to go send over there. And that will fill it up in a few more trips. I think we're about I think this is the third shipment of 5 to fill that all up. And we were considering whether or not we would go murder the cannibal pirates, very polite cannibal pirates, I might add, that are on the Empire of Hands for our food satisfaction. And I'm pretty sure that would probably satisfy the entirety of the food requirements, the supplies of those pirates there. That said, they are very kind pirates, so I don't really want to, I don't want to murder them if I have the option to. Now, the other option is that we'd have to essentially furnish 100 supplies all by ourselves. And that would be costly but doable, I'd say. That would be something we would be able to do. It would just take a little bit of time. But if it keeps us from murdering those pirates who really, as far as I can recall, kind of just want to be there. They're a little annoyed at the Empire of Hands, the apes there. But they seem pretty normal. They seem pretty polite. They don't force us to eat their human flesh there, their cannibalism. They don't force us to partake. They do still give us food, even if we don't decide to partake in the cannibalistic feast that they have. They just kind of exist, and I would really like to not murder them. So I think we will probably take the option of bringing food there by our lonesome, doing that all by ourselves. And that will necessitate going to the surface. That will necessitate most effectively that we go up to the surface, grab food up there for pretty cheap, about 5 echo per meal, and then come down and sail it all the way across. Now, I'd say that 20 storage bases, it's not much, but it's going to start our path there. And we unfortunately have to have quite a bit of fuel to get this thing started in the first place. It'll cost us Echo, but we have a Sure Echo farm. Just over here, we can go buy coffee beans in Khan's Heart. Go take them over to Irem, where we trade 1-to-1 for parabola linen, and then sail down to Tahoot with the parabola linen to sell at almost double profit. So it's a pretty viable location to go and get our money back up. And dependent on how much space we actually have, we can do a fair bit of profit off of a single run. I think we make about 30-something Echo. High 20s or low 30s Echo per storage slot that we have available for that task every time. So we can make a few hundred each time we do that little run. It'll cost, obviously, food and supplies, but since we're going to Tahoot anyway, we can always refill those. We had actually gone into Tahoot on behalf of the escaped composer, and we'd actually investigated the person that he says was being trapped there. And we did confirm that there are prisoners trapped there. We just haven't actually been able to get there. We have to go early enough in our Tahoot entry cycle that they aren't going to notice where we're going. And I think about 4 days in, that's when we've been enough of a familiar face that the Dahutians, yeah, we'll say Dahutians, start to take notice of us. So we do need to go back there, but obviously we will be stopping by Tahoot all the time in doing that Khan's Heart, Irem, Tahoot triangle of profit. And obviously we will need to come back to the Cumane Canal, or sorry, not the Cumane Canal, the Iron Republic to go fill up our fuel, questionably, and more specifically, the fuel for the Zeppelin of the Empire of Hands. We got to go fill that up here. So we'll be probably taking a path. How will we do this? I'd say a trip down to Port Carnelian at first. Maybe? Yeah, I think that should be okay. Up, across to the Empire of Hands. Then up to Irem? No. We'll it's slightly cheaper per unit to get our Dark Drop coffee beans over in Port Carnelian rather than at Khan's Heart. But I think we're going to take the 2 Echo lack of profit. I think we're just going to take that in stride. We'll just head straight across to the Empire of Hands here after we head up the Cumane Canal to get our food. And then we will... and then we'll do things from there. Night Tulip, hello. And once we come back from the Cumane Canal, we will unfortunately have exhausted the entirety of our fuel supply, at least if we go by what we have now. We've got 21. I think we need 22 to go up total. We can lose a little bit going here and there. So 25 to be safe when we head up would probably be a safe amount. And I think we should be able to fill probably 20, 25 supplies as well. So 35 total supply. And then we can operate off the fuel fuel space left from there. 15 should be plenty. Let's go set out. We'll just go straight to the Cumane Canal. It'll be slightly pricier to get our fuel from there, that location. But we just need enough to get up to the surface, and then it'll be cheaper up there. I probably should have checked. Whoops, that's not the right button. Probably should have checked our storage here. I think we talked last time with our family. I'm hoping. Do we have restful nights? Uh-oh. I am not seeing them. That said, I have definitely missed restful nights before, just sitting somewhere in the inventory. Yep, there we go. 3 restful nights, so we're doing okay in case nightmares strike. Go turn our lights off to save on the fuel costs when we get to the Cumane Canal. If only just by a little bit. Oh, crab? I think we can just leave him behind. And we will top off at the Cumane Canal, just enough to get up, and then we can buy more fuel while we're actually up there. Let's go dock here. We will use... or something awaits us to... get a move in the Great Game. Perfect. Buy some supply. I think it says 22. We don't actually use all 22 going up, so we'll be able to get supplies at a cheaper price when we're up at the surface. We just need half of that to get up there so we can actually use it. And then we will head to the surface here. 10 terror removed. We are totally serene. 10 fuel, as expected, and 1 supply. Along with the surface. So let's go to Naples. We are not... Ooh, lost some crew. We are not going to go over to grab mirror catch boxes full of sunlight. We really don't need that. Increasing our menace... yearning burning, I think it is. really don't need that anymore. That's especially since we can make profits without them. I think it's okay to just do that. And apparently, we've lost one of our sailors in Farms and Fantasies. In the vast expanse of the surface, without familiar echoes, your engine sounds strangely quiet. Your crew watches the white-walled farmhouses slip by. I could live there, one muses. Over there, grow olives or something, raise a family. Oh, I come over a bit funny. Just going to sit down a moment. He collapses to the deck, his eyes roll back in his head, and a last, long, sighing breath goes out of him. Well, we lost one. We'll go share our recent news to gain some supplies and some fuel. Sweet. And some intriguing snippets. Oh, which we've got 8 of. We can go turn those into the Alarming Scholar down in the Untersee in Fallen London. We've got way more than we need. Disbelief and fascination. A silent empress and a shuttered palace. Robed merchant princes in a spired bazaar. Serpents hiding in mirrors. No one believes a word, but you get lots of dinner invitations and a number of gifts. Your stories are serialized in the worst kind of magazine. A well-wisher sends you coal. Well, hey, joke's on you. I need that stuff. I love that stuff. But we will go grab supplies. Unfortunately, we have to grab it one at a time. At least it is very cheap. And we can't actually overstock on anything up here. So we're going to want to make sure that we get just enough for what we need. Fortunately, we just have to do it one by one by one. Even now that we know that we can hit... Well, actually, can we hit shift to buy this in bulk? We cannot. And I think we said we needed to stack up to 35. Okay, and then from here, we can go for fuel. We'll need at least 12 to go down. I think 13 total. So we want to have some spare to get over to the Iron Republic or to Rack. One of the two. To go and get more fuel there. And 15 Echo for fuel up here is not great, but it's still cheaper than if we had to get it at the Cumaean Canal. I think 17 should probably do us fine. We don't really have a reason to go to Vienna. Yeah, you know, I think we will not. I think that's just we're gonna call good. Let's go to return to Avernus the way home. It's time to go home. You cannot survive the sunlight forever. Along the coast at evening, a bloody glory of a new sunset. Gulls crying above your foreland. The Sirocco's rising, smudging the smoke of your engines across a sky of dusty rose. Have you survived another day? And now, to return below. Silver, green safety down into the dark and quiet. No birdsong, no surface wars, no raucous peasants. Still water and the glint of eyes. Okay. Profitable enough trip. We're not doing great on crew. We are not really planning on utilizing them. Oh, actually, hold on a minute. Maybe we will. Maybe there's a smarter way to go about this. Because 2 locations by the Empire of Hands actually have food collection areas. The first being the Melting Isles, and you can get a various amount there, and that is a for sure thing. And the second is Aestival. Aestival in particular has a huge haul if you manage to scoop up supplies from there. I think you get something like 8 supplies, somebody was saying. If you go and get some supplies from Aestival every time, you may lose a crew member. And so that's why I'm considering stocking up more on crew while we're over here. In fact, I think I will. But that will actually keep us from having to spend the Echo on getting fuel to go up the Cumaean Canal, not to mention it's already all over there. So we can actually spend most of this time over here, as long as we don't increase our terror too high. We can get rid of that in Frostfound and in Irem. We should be all right. And we'll have to watch for the menaces of Aestival. Probably Yearning Burning, if anything. But we will stock up on zailors. I think we'll actually go a little higher than we typically do. They'll eat through our supplies, of course, but that should be something manageable. And that way we will have more people. We'll probably just go back and forth from Aestival to the Melting Isles. Just kind of back and forth there, grabbing food. But of course, to do that, we will have to have sailors to spare. Good into Fallen London with 4 fuel. Not spectacular, but also not terrible. I think we'll pick up to around 25 zailors. That should give us enough of a buffer to lose a few if they happen to disappear on trips. Grab the messages from the Harbor Master. We will take our free... Let's see, where are they? Our free Zailor. Lovely. Spend some time in our lodgings with our family. Actually, grab the news first. And then spend some time? Maybe? No, now that I think about it, there's really no reason to. Let's check out with the Alarming Scholar first. Let's go and... There it is, the intriguing snippet. Turn some of those in. We have 7. We really, at max, probably need 2. Five. 3, and last one. There we go. Total of 2 in case we need one for anything. And then we'll have a spare in case we need it for something else. But that should be good here. Got back up our Echo. Yeah, we'll do all right. Now, Rotten Quarter, nothing to do. Father's Bones, we are not going to do that. We don't want to end our run here. Lodgings are good. We could spend more time with our family, but I think instead I'd rather cycle the Roser's Wharf here. Watchful Curios and Longboxes are both kind of out of our current route. Live Specimens and Longboxes, a little better, still not great though. We can at least get Live Specimens sort of in the paths that we are taking. They're just kind of on the way. We could turn in that extra move in the Great Game. But I think we'll probably hold on to it, just in case we need it for any other reasons. And we'll just go and hire crew here. We are at 20, 23, and one more should give us 26, a little bit more than we needed. They'll eat through our supplies here that we're going to deliver, but they should still be all right, because we'll lose some here and there, probably. Don't need to dock our ship. Got everything going on here. I think we should have enough fuel to make it to Rack, where I want to resupply. Might want to go get ourselves... Well, for this price, maybe not. Considering getting ourselves a bridge equipment. But with these prices, it's not as beneficial. I suppose we could get one for cheap, but that seems kind of like a waste. Yeah, I think we'll just leave that open. In case we happen to stumble across anything that'll fill the slot. How much cargo space do we have? 14? Yeah, 14. looks like. I'll turn this strange catch into a live specimen over in the Uttershroom as we pass by it. Beyond that, I think we really don't need anything. Yeah, we should be alright here. So let's double check all our engine slots. Our officers are all good. Let's set back out for rack. And turn off our lights just to save on fuel costs. The rack should, if I'm correct about this, be a little south, but about in line with Fallen London. I'm going to see if I can accurately recall where it was. Yeah, a little south. Oh, some big crabs in the way too. But we will have to submerge to go get there, which will be fine. Just past the salt lines, we should be good to get there right after we submerge here. There we go. And Rack is right at our forefront here. Okay. Have we sent any ships here? I didn't think so. We'll go, whoops, probably not do this. Oh, actually, you know what? Sure, we'll take his song again. That is the Song of Broken Hulls, which we can sing in Dahoot. But that is, apparently a place where we can sell this Drowny hymn. Now, I think... Yeah, you know what? We're getting supplies and fuel for this. We might as well sell it here. The only other place that I can think we can use it is over up in Antha, but I think that's actually a negative thing there. So we don't want to go and raise the ladies' animescence over in Antha. So we'll go and sell the Drowny hymn to him to this guy, to the escaped composer. So he can be inspired by it, apparently. Let's sell the Drowning hymn to the composer. He has mentioned a desire for inspirations. He can offer payment. Sure, I'll take it. Matters of acoustics. You sing the song and he writes down each of the parts. If this is sung within the cathedral, he says, we would expect this part to echo while that one fades. As it stands, it would be much too daring for a performance at St. Fiacre's. But I believe they might receive an adaptation. I have relatives in London, you know, and if I were to send a new piece, something really original, perhaps that would aid them in their maintenance. But he does not ask for passage back to London. 4 supplies and 2 fuel received. Sweet. And we'll leave him for now. But we do need to consider the state of the city here, so we can open up the shops. And now we will go fill up on as much fuel as our cargo hold can hold. 16 should be enough, I think. Should be enough to get us across. Next stop, the Uttershroom. We will go trade some of our strange catches for live specimens there. We may as well travel on the underwater side of things to get there. I think we'll need to go a little south once we dodge the Shepherd Isles. Oh, something there. A sunken ship. Ah. What do you have for me? You don your diving suit. Your airline is extended to enable a thorough explanation. As you pick your way across the Z-bed to the wreck, you notice a weak light shining from within the ruptured bow. It illuminates a shoal of fish skirting around and away from the wreck. The cargo hold is yawning wide, offering easy entrance. Your bosun is to remain outside while the rest of you go in. She will sound the time in sevens. Be out in 14 minutes, she warns. After 7, the fear sets in. Twice that, the hallucinations. Thrice that, you'll go dark. No coming back. Well, let's check the boiler room, I guess. Well, that'll probably give fuel. Let's check the cargo hold. The crew's final meals came from here. A success. Seaweed coats, old casks of wine like lobelia on a grave. The empty supply crates have been broken open and left empty. Your navigator passes on ahead. Might as well go through. The ship shudders. Something large must have passed by. Go deeper. You make for the port stairwell. The compartment, the bulkheads, the portholes are revealed in pale milk white. A ship passing in the waters above. The light goes as suddenly as it came. You were plunged into abyssal darkness. Failure. Well, that's not great. Do we not have lights of our own? Lights of our own here? The wreck groans as it resists the currents. Footsteps come from above and below your crew, just ahead, surely. Let's try to enter the boiler room again. The door hangs ajar. The frame has suffered corrosion, but the hinges still hold. Coral-shrouded furnaces line the walls. The coke has whitened and compressed. It resembles clusters of small teeth. Part of a far wall has collapsed. Inside, a long, hollow tube has been discarded. Part of a welder's torch. I think we go further. I haven't noted any minutes passing here. Let's keep trying. Yeah, 2 days inside the wreck. We have succeeded in going further. You press on through the murk. An old lantern crashes down an iron stairwell. Your foot must have caught it as you turn a corner. You follow it down and find yourself on an unfamiliar deck. Well, I suppose let's keep going. Send to the galley. A ladder leads upwards deeper into the hull. Meals were served here. Let's go see what they have for us. The ladder shakes as you ascend. Your engineer is waiting. They cannot speak, but gesture ahead. They swim away into the dark. The kitchen is barren, its cupboards open to the water. Scraps of paper drift near the table. Most are indecipherable. One, written on the inside of a leather cover, reads, "We did not turn back." Let's check the staterooms. Yeah, I think we'll go check the staterooms before the cabins. The ship sometimes carried passengers on its journeys. A moldering book lies against the wall, spine bent. A metal cigar case is deeply dented. An armchair rests on its head, fruiting spores lining its upholstery. A phonograph still plays. The cylinder is scratched. A voice, long stifled, rumbles in the waters. We are now at 3. At 7, fear starts taking up. So we'll keep going. And we are on a new deck. Across the observation deck, it is almost broken in two, half tilted almost vertically. Support beams and long cables chain the wreck's halves together. You slowly swing a beam across the gap. It has lasted this long. It should take you crawling across it. Below, the ship lies open like discarded muscle. A discarded muscle. Jagged metal and rock wait. Your cabin boy swims across before you. He does not look back. Shall we check the bridge, I guess? You have to swim upwards. It hangs precarious before you. And the bell rings out. We've checked the bridge before, and we found ourselves, which I think was a previous ship. I don't know if this is one of ours. I don't know if the only wrecks like this are our former captains, because we found one, but we have had 2 former captains. Let's swim up on deck. Something swam upwards before you. You hear your bosun's bell ring out. You are alone on the canted deck, dragging yourself upwards. There are fragments of paper in the water. A woman in long skirts walks before you, untroubled and upwards, her feet on the deck. Whoa, what the heck is that? It's now time of 6. But we failed in a challenge here. Dang. Let's go back up onto deck and try again. 66% chance. There we go. Oh, okay. It's just another captain's cabin. So going up on deck did nothing? What about the woman? What about the woman walking with the fluttering skirts? What the heck was that? Okay, weird. I guess let's enter the captain's cabin. We may as well. The door yawns. Do not do this. Oh, I guess it is us again. Wow, that's a bit of a shame. We at least got a Searing Enigma, but we lost 3 hearts for the trouble of it. That I will probably... Whoa. I will probably just immediately return through... Is it you? Yeah, increase your hearts. We'll use some of our many secrets to just quickly trade that back with the Clatter-Air. Best way to extract a secret is to offer one in turn. Exchange, it's a straight trade. One of your best discoveries for one of hers. It's not hard to drive the bargain. She sits back after dinner and tells you this. Most people think that the hard part of surgery is finding what's wrong and taking it out, but any fool could do that. A ship's cook with a cleaver can do that part of the job. The hard part is cutting, so you can sew it all back up afterwards. And she demonstrates on a shark fin, leaving it in a better condition than when it started. And there we go. We are back up to what we were before, though 3 secrets down. We will carry on. A little bit more terrified for our trouble, though. And how are we doing in terms of location? Doing pretty well. Something down here? Is it something pleasant? Ah, some food, I think. Yeah, some supply here. Don't actually know if any of these are something I can run into. I do want to avoid that, if at all possible. Oh, what is this? An abyss? A chasm gapes below your submarine, descending into unknown fathoms. I don't know what that is, actually. That must be what the abysses are on the map. So if we check this, yeah, we're right over an abyss. I can't believe we've never sailed over one of these before. Okay. Wow, so I wonder if each of these is like a unique location of their own. I don't think I'll observe it right now, but I definitely need to check that out at some later date. Wow, that's neat. Okay, that is really cool. There's Scrimshander just north of us here. But we are passing well on straight by it because we need to go to the Uttershroom here, which we should be just about at. Yeah, there it is. We can go re-emerge. Just out here should do the trick. We will trade our strange catch for one live specimen. Then we will probably head over to the Empire of Hands. Maybe the Swallowing Isles first, depending on how things go. And we can trade our honey, the singular honey that we have for kind of prisoner's honey, for a Blemigan, if we want to. How is our Blemigan's propagation at the moment? 1. I think perhaps not. I think we'll just trade the strange catch for a live specimen. And we'll sit on that. Yeah, we'll sit on that until we go for, like, a full mass of them. That'll be at a later date. Now, Swallowing Isles, it's a little bit out of the way. We'll just go to the Empire of Hands. And turn in the fuel and the supplies that we picked up here. That'll just be off in this direction. Our 12 fuel should get us a fair distance. Didn't we only leave Dehoot with like 16 or so? Wow, we really make good time. And at not a lot of cost of fuel. So that is not half bad. I'm really happy we got that Fulgent Impeller, I think it is. It's a fantastic engine. Lovely engine to have. Okay, something Waze has gotten back. We have docked. Let's head to the Zeppelin and deliver some hydrogen. That'll get us some drowning pearls. Always nice. Yeah, and we only need 2 more shipments to get it up to 100. We are currently at 60, and we get 20 per time. And we will contribute some supplies here. Which also gives us drowning pearls. Oh, hold on a minute. That may only require 50 supplies if we're getting 10. Because I think it needs to be at 100. Do that. Yeah, we only need to do 50. That's much more manageable. Thought we would have to do the full 100 here. Yes, let's. We're contributing supplies to the Zeppelin. It will be a long journey. The monkeys will need many supplies, both to survive it and to establish a new home. And the delivery is made. The monkeys pay you for your goods. You will receive a reward when the entire Zeppelin has been completed. So this is actually not that bad. We'll do this to get it to 30 and 40. There we go. You know, let's slap it up to 50 too. So we are halfway to getting that completely filled up. Now, we will sit on the rest of these. Suppose we can check into the Wild Weald Court here. See what being a visitor gets us. Fragments, apparently. The Alchemy of Souls. The alchemist arranges a set of souls on a shelf. In fallen London, it is believed that the Pentecost apes thirst for any. For the savage unsouled, that is true. Once uplifted, however, their attentions soon turn to finding the right souls, both individually and as a mix. There is no greater honor for an emperor than to be entombed with their souls unreclaimed. It is a declaration that none other could hope to do as much with them. Of course, what they see as uplifting could be simple copying, nothing more. Suggests that here, however, is the highest heresy, for it implies the emperor fit to rule on merely his own merits. Unthinkable. Okay, so that's not too great. Delightful Adventuress is still there, all locked up in the pillory for her crimes of trying to run away with all of the souls, I believe, from the tomb. Suppose we can check in with the gallery. Silent gallery. Yeah, the exquisite seneschal has given us the details to create the plans, but since we have already taken one, we shan't do another. We will go and ignore that. So let's try to trade. Do we have anything we can trade over? Frickin' of prisoners, honey? Nah. Now we'll hold on to things. Bit of a shame. But I think that's all we'll do here. What we shall do next, I think we have enough room for a few things. So we can head down to the Swallowing Isles, grab food there, then up to the Udder Shroom to go and trade for another live specimen for one of our strange catches. Up to Dehoot to refill on fuel. By that time, we should be running low on fuel. And then over to Aestival, where we will scavenge more food. And then return to the Empire Hands to deposit all of that off as much as we can reasonably afford for food. So let's take that off. I'm hoping that our fuel will last us that full trip. At least up to Dehoot. After that, there's really no point, but since we will be refilling on fuel there, but it's really just a chancy thing. Looks like there is fog here. So there's no point in keeping our lights on. There we go. I think we need to go, yeah, a little further south, so kind of in this direction. That will get us down to the Swallowing Isles. And our fuel is still holding up well. Not actually sure what the difference is between the Swallowing Isles, the Melting Isles, and the Autumn Islands. They all seem like a similar location. There's nothing to indicate one or the other to be worthy of its namesake, but I don't know, maybe there's some deeper mysteries. We will go gather up supplies. Ooh, only one. Not great. And we lost some crew. A rush of purple. Your crew returns sooner than you expected. One is nursing a badly bitten arm. Another bleeds from a scalp wound. A third is missing altogether. Swarmed by blemigans, Captain, a survivor tells you, shivering. Never saw the little monsters coming. Uh-oh. Ooh. We may have introduced blemigans here. Does that mean we no longer have an easy collection on this island? We may have to do just Aestival. That is not great. That's not fantastic. It's not the worst thing, to be very clear, but it's also not fantastic. Not great. Anyway, unfortunately for our traumatized crewmate, we are going to the Hutter's room where there are more blemigans. But we will just be infusing one of our strange catches with fungus instead of taking any of those blemigans aboard, so at least for that they do not have to fear. Here we go. Live specimen, thank you very much. Yeah, and we'll ignore the blemigan trade offer here. Now up to Dehoot, and finally to Aestival. And War Trimaran is going to... yeah, he's gonna just leave us alone. Perfect. Of course, going down to Dehoot, we do have some recent news. So we should be able to get in. But we are over it right now, it seems. There we go. Yeah, with our recent news, we should actually be able to get in. We'll go and check on the prisoners there. Go see what's going on, and we'll top off our fuel, and I suppose we could just buy supplies here as well. Fuel is more important for the immediate term, though. I'd say that 20 is probably plenty. And, oh. Oh, no, we don't have a something awaits us. Okay, that's unfortunate. In that case, we will just set off. We can't do anything more here. We'll pick up, let's say... that many supplies? That way, when we get to Aestival, if we get a little bit more lucky, or if we can do double, then we should have still the space. We will go set off for the surface. Keep grabbing food. think Aestival should be, yeah, just about in line with this. Alright, we're starting to see the sparkle of sunlight. That must mean Aestival is here. Perfect. Let's go dock. I'm sorry, we still don't have a something awaits us? Are you kidding? God, we travel way too fast now. We're just burning through that stuff. Well, I guess in that case, well, let's just sit and dock and wait. It's going to take a long time, unfortunately. But with our lamp off, we won't burn any fuel. Lamp and engine off. We'll slowly accumulate terror, but there's not much to be done about that. And we will burn through supplies as well, which is unfortunate, but again, not much we can do there. Yeah, something awaits us is a key component of this. I guess we're just traveling too fast for it to be a determinate option to use. It just takes too long to build up between islands. Perhaps we need to plan for longer trips. How's our terror doing? 34? Still manageable. There we go. Something awaits us present. We'll go gather supplies. And Aestival, this jungle here bursts with life. And we gained 11 supplies this time. That's fantastic. Exotic delights. Breadfruit, sugarcane, coconut, soft-shelled crabs, and plump birds too stupid to know a hungry zailor from a tree. Aestival is ripe with treasures unknown underneath. Fill your hold. Fantastic. Exactly what we needed, and we didn't get any negative effects from it. So, I think with 25 fuel, 25 supply, we should be good to go to the Empire of Hands. I'll fill up a little bit more so we won't be completely SOL when we leave the Empire of Hands. But that'll be our supply needs met. So once we have that finished, we will have both soul and supplies. Both of those done. Apparently we have a pig, which has made our crew a little bit more nervous for the new star signs. Yeah, souls and supplies completely finished up for the Zeppelin. The only thing that will remain will be fuel. And we've got our whole fuel lineup set, so we'll go submerge a little early here. Might as well. Terror's not doing so hot, but it's not doing terribly either. And I suppose once this is done, we can do a few runs through our triangle of trade here, up to the Khanate, then to Irem, then back down to Dahut, just to stock up on a bit of Echo. And that'll actually calm us down as well. So we'll go pick up, let's say, 5 more supply? You know, let's just go for 10, and then fill up the last of that with fuel. That should do the job. We should now have plenty with which to satisfy the Empire of Hands' food needs, supply needs. Still no explanation for the creepy screaming faces. Still very confused about that. I'm assuming that's part of the drowny glamour around Dahut, but there's been no confirmation there one way or the other. And in fact, not really a particular reason for me to believe that. I'm kind of assuming that that's the case. There's another putter pony. Those are just research vessels. They have never once fired upon us. So we shall leave them as well in peace. This should be the outskirts of the Isle or empire of hands, I believe. Uh-oh. A Lornist fluke. I do believe those are somehow related. Actually, no, we can see for certain here. They're definitely related to Lorn flukes. If the name itself wasn't a dead giveaway. Wonder what'll happen if we take on one of those. They have much less health than a Lorn fluke. I wonder if they give out similar rewards or not. Let's go drop off our supplies with the Zeppelin, though. Which will give us lots and lots of drowning pearls. 70, 80, 90, and bam, we're complete. So, food for the Zeppelin has been met. Souls are also met. We just have a few more runs to and from the Iron Republic to do to get the rest of it done. And how much fuel? 10 fuel. We probably... I would say that fuel probably goes up proportionally to how much fuel you donate, since fuel is a little bit cheaper. Whoops. Yeah, we'll head back to Port Stanton. Oh, you know what? And I've forgotten. Fountainhead Islands, we have the treasure map for that, so we still have a mystery to find here. Ancient tombs and buried treasure await on this island. An old Z shanty. Shanty, I guess? Find your tongue as you row. That is an incredibly difficult to pronounce word. Z with the shanty. And left him treading water, all for the sake of the night he'd shared with the rubbery captain's daughter. Okay, treasure hunt. Right, so we already have that. We are at 7 and 3. Only one dig attempt per visit. So, let's go check the map. North for each city the bats have brought down. That's just Fallen London, so north 1. East to the river where no man fears to drown. I still don't know what that one's about. That's our current stopping bit. South for each island the Empire can claim. That is 5. Because there's the Central Island with Port Stanton on it. There's Fountainhead, the... Where's that 4? I think there might just be 4. Fountainhead, the Wild Weald Court Island, and then the island with the cannibals on it. Yeah, so let's say 4. Then west for each bearer of the Emperor's name. That I've got no clue. I think that's talking about how many emperors there have been. Maybe 1? I have no idea. And straight for the horizon, then a step more. Letting west end your search with a 1, 2, 3, 4. Horizon, I would think would say east, but now that I think about it, Avid Horizon is probably north. So let's go north 1. East, no clue. All the way east. South 4. North 1. Far east. South 4. West 1. There's only 1 emperor. All the way north. 4 west. And that'll be it. Okay, so 1 north. All the way east. 8. I'm assuming that 10 is probably as far as you can go east. Yeah. South 4. And then west for each emperor. That's 1. All the way north. Then west 4, I think it said. Oh, that's not right. Wait. Yes, it is. I was expecting to dig here. Straight for the horizon, then a step more. Heading west to end your search with 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe. Nope. I don't know. We're gonna find any location. Sure, here. Maybe there's treasure in an abandoned wild monkey's nest. I'm sorry. Are there apes and like civilized apes and wild monkeys? Weird. You could dig here. Will there be treasure? No, I kind of didn't think so. I really need to figure out some of these clues. Well, yeah. So there's Fountainhead, Hearthsake, Wildweald, and our current island. Oh, you know what? We could actually check it on the map here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I guess there's 6 islands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think these count. Yeah, super weird. Okay, but we have 6 supplies or 8 supplies and 16 fuel. If our calculations are correct, honestly, we could probably get all the way to the Iron Republic with that, and bring back the second shipment. You know, let's go to the Wildweald Court before we leave. Whoops. Let's see how many emperors there are. That would be here. We trade our soul here, but I think we shall not. Where would we learn about that? We can't go into the temple because I'm thinking that the number of emperors may be just the number of emperors total, not just the number of emperors that there are now. I guess we can check in Hearthsake Village too. I don't know why everything has wounds here. You know, let's talk to the Lost Treasure Hunter again. He's holding on to what remains of his supplies now for his next adventure. He looks up, eyes gleaming. I have it, he declares, the Fountain of Youth. That's what the treasure was telling me. See how it glows? It's a map. I just need a ship and crew. And you back away, leaving him to it. Okay, so he's gone a little bit mad. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. We won't dine with the captain, I think. Yeah, let's just return to the boat. So... Ugh. Dang. That's not great. I think we will just set sail for... Dahoot? Yeah, sure, Dahoot. We can fill up our food over there. Now that we don't need to do any more food shipments for the Empire of Hands, that'll be pretty nice. And hopefully by the time we get over there, something awaits us will have come back. I think we just about got it when we got into the Empire of Hands from Dahoot. So I think going to Dahoot should be the same situation, though our terror is a little high, and apparently it is easy to gain terror in Dahoot. Not that we have particularly had that happen to us. That's just been described that way. Maybe we should do a run up to Frostfound and Irem. Do a big trade run before we go back to Dahoot. Oh, whoops. That was not the button I meant to press. Even all the way across my keyboard, I still accidentally hit that. It seems that my hands have determined that we want to go into Dahoot. No, I think I'll disagree with them. Because if we do go into Dahoot and we somehow manage to get ourselves a fair bit of terror, then significant problems will occur. Very, very, very poor problems. I think we'll set sail and do that trade route. So how many hold spaces do we have? About 35-ish? Yeah, that should tide us over. We actually have the perfect-ish amount of food and fuel to go and have enough room to get all of the, like, not quite a maximized, but a fair amount of the dark drop coffee beans that we can then turn into... Let's see, where are we? We can then turn into parabola linen. Got a fair few slots for that, as while still having enough to make it all the way there and to make it all the way back down without getting too low on either fuel or supplies. So while we are here, stop by. I suppose we can always check in with our spy network. Write a captivating treasure. No. We will seek another opportunity for that. Diplomatic agent. Or salt's attention. Yeah, I mean, I guess. A blessing spies are more superstitious than even zailors. This one awaits an omen. Here is your omen, my friend. This is a scarf from a traveler lost in the east. This is a clock repaired on Irem. This is the dream that Salt has sent you, whispered in the ears of your agent. It may be nothing but delusions, but it's what your agent wanted. When she's finished weeping, she goes on about her business. All shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. And that way we will be able to go... Oh, right. Need something awaits us. So we will next time be able to go get ourselves some vital intelligence. For free. Which will be fantastic. But for now, let's go get access to the Nefrit Quarter here. And get ourselves lots and lots of dark drop coffee beans. As much as we can manage. 36. Perfect amount. Perfectly fine. So one of those we will use on the dream. That'll get our terror down somewhat. A fair amount, actually. And then we will also be getting our terror down over at Frostfound, assuming our Something Awaits Us comes up once we get there. Oh, don't knock our very wide ship, please. Alright, something awaits you. Anytime. 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 Seriously, anytime you want to pop up, my... Come on, anything. Really? There we go. Finally. Okay, we'll go grab some tea. Lovely. That'll get us a 10 terror reduction, as well as some supplies and fuel. And in Irem, I think... Oh, shoot, do we need Something Awaits Us there, too? We may have to sit and dock again. We should be alright for everything. Fuel supplies. Yeah, everything should be good. And our terror will reduce here as well. And between Irem and Dahoot, we should also be good for Something Awaits Us, because that is a much greater distance. Ooh, back. Whoa, God. Don't bump in. Okay, we're good. We'll just sit here until the Something Awaits Us gets back. Oh, there it is. almost thought feeding our crew was the thing, but that will allow us to enter the House of the Ember Sky here. And we'll go trade one lamentable relic. Oh, no. No, we don't want to do that. We want to save our something awaits us for this. And we can rest, recover, and dream. To lose us some terror as well. To the river. The water runs deep, sweet, and mild. Impassive fish of unguessable age watch you from the clear depths. You drink from cupped hands, and your weariness falls from you. Monkeys shriek hilariously. A leopard watches from the undergrowth, but makes no move to attack. Afterwards, you pluck the flax that grows here. When you wake later, you will find it already woven. And we got some free parabola linen from that, too, so yeah, that's fantastic. We'll go trade every single one of our dark drop coffee beans for parabola linen, and if only we could sell the lamentable relics here. That would be nice. How's the sailing been going? We've been doing all right. We have finished our souls. We did that a while ago. I think we did that last stream, maybe the stream before that. For the Zeppelin in the Empire of Hands, we have just finished delivering supplies, so the only thing that's left is to deliver fuel, which we have an agreement with the Iron Republic to go and trade hydrogen from there to the Empire of Hands. Right now, we are just restocking our Echo supply up with some lovely bales of parabola linen. And I think that'll be that. Let's go make our way back over to Dehoot. We will dock, we will make ourselves massive profits, and then we will see if we can investigate the city and see if we can free... who was it? See if we can free those prisoners over there. We'll, of course, do all our trading first, just in case freeing those prisoners somehow locks us out of the markets at Dehoot. That would actually be a major blow to our economy, because that would basically make us have to buy fuel and supply at... Next cheapest out here would be Khan's Shadow and Khan's Heart. Both of those prices aren't great. They're not fantastic. So hopefully doing this will not lock us out. We will get that Zeppelin fueled up sooner or later. We only have 2 more runs to go. If we really feel impatient, I suppose we could also buy fuel here and sell it, and supply it ourselves. But that's a little more than I am hoping for. And we'll go and submerge early, may as well. Now, what is that? I have no idea. It looks like the spikes of Fortis, spines of Fortis that we get from Igel. Kind of weird. I don't know what they're doing all the way out here. But we will go sell our bales of parabola linen. Lots and lots of them. Buy up our fuel to... I think we said 15 is probably enough to get us across, and then supplies, obviously, we will have to get up to 8. Yeah, just about half. We've got tons of drowning pearls from our trading with the apes of the Empire of Hands. But now we have our something awaits us. Let's go stay a while, because our terror has been adequately lowered. And we are just a little bit enthralled. They call it the City of Peace. The Drownies make you welcome. They do not attack here. They do not even move quickly. They drift and sing and sometimes dance. But we know better. Oh, hold on a minute. Do we know better? I thought we knew that there were humans under the stairs of the cathedral. I guess we've got to look for them again. Let's look for other visitors. Dehoot is thriving. Perhaps there are humans here besides you and your crew. Unmistakable traces. There are human voices, sometimes, even if you can't see the people speaking. There are footmarks on the ground and disturbed seaweed on the stones that must have been churned up by an unaccustomed swimmer. The drownies are in their element here. They do not leave such marks. Let's search for the secret places of Dahoot. Yeah, let's keep going. There are other humans here. You have heard voices and seen submarines in dock, but where are the others kept? The staircase under the cathedral. If you stand at the bottom of the stairs and listen at the crypt gate, you hear sounds that do not come from the dead. At one moment, they sound like songs, at the next, like tears, and then after that, like meditation. Some rattle their bars, but most do not. Where would one be rather be imprisoned than here in Dahoot? Okay. And, let's... Ah, here it is. This is new. Investigate the crypt of the great cathedral. What is its purpose? Why isn't it quieter down there? Does it hold more than the dead? Attend closely. Through a window in the stone, you see only an empty cell, but twice a day, a drownie goes into the crypt with a basket of ordinary bread. Twice a day, a drownie comes up with a slop bucket. Okay. And now we don't have any ability to gain further. Let's consume a needle of Fortis here. Borrowed regrets. The needle brings you the memory of a long ago theft and engagement ring stolen from a corpse as it lay in its coffin. Shame and jealousy set in a dusty parlor. The recollection belongs to a time and place much more real than Dahoot. So that'll reduce our enthrallment and our clarity. We are seeking the prisoner here. We're still looking for her. We must have to... Let's try singing the Song of Broken Hulls. Let's reveal the place as it is, a treason of the laws of breathing and swimming. To gain some clarity here. Fill your lungs. You sing and the drownies turn, arrested to stare at you. They do not want to hear this song. The cathedral beams creak, and you see that the buttresses are also the bones of a wrecked clipper. You recognize the names inscribed by the door of the crypt. An Admiralty woman lost at sea, a well-known merchant. They are drownies now, or parents of drownies. Is this going to allow us to search? No. Dang, so how do we rescue them? It must be that we have to go in early enough and be less enthralled and more clear? Maybe? I don't know how we necessarily get there. Well, yeah, nothing. No new news from the drownies. Those are exactly the same bits of news that we got before. I don't know how to get further in that. I was assuming that being clear, consuming that needle of Fortis would have affected things. Maybe we need to do something else, though. Regardless, that'll be us done here. We can't really do anything more. Let's say our goodbyes, and it will give us some drowning pearls. Lose 20 terror, which is always lovely. Gain a Z story and a vision of the surface. That'll be that done. Can't do anything more there. We'll head to the Iron Republic and pick up some more pick up some more of that hydrogen to deliver to the Empire of Hands. Oh, a bucket of fuel. Don't mind if I do. But I really don't know how to find that woman that we're looking for. There must be a specific state that we have to be in to go and find her. Because every time we do go through, we end up resetting everything, which is not great. It's not really what we want to be doing. But I can't think of exactly what combination of clarity and enthrallment we want to have. I'm assuming that enthrallment we would want to be low, so we're not taken in by the drownies into Hoot, especially if we're trying to uncover some of their nastier bits. But clarity, I wonder how high you'd have to get that for this, whatever this effect is, to go and be adequate. I really thought I'd had enough there. I think this is the Shepherd Isle still. We need to go further south. Another abyss that we will not yet explore. Oh, two things here. A wreck wants to take us on. Wreck ship. And a huge mine. Good God. Holy. That thing is massive. We should be, not too far away from the Iron Republic now. We can cross the Z at speed now. Cross the entirety of it. Without burning too much fuel and with plenty of time to spare. Our oxygen is actually staying pretty well. We're probably, just about to run out of it. So we'll go resubmerge so we don't. We can practically make it all the way across, though, which isn't half bad. What's the stuff into Hoot for? That is, I believe, the Escaped Composer's quest from Rack. But it might have something else. We're just looking for a acquaintance, an acquaintance of his who was lost into Hoot, who we believe to be imprisoned there. And yeah, we do need to head a little further south to get to the Iron Republic here. Go dock up in here. We'll grab that hydrogen. Lovely. And I suppose we may as well open up the shops. See what there is to grab. Fuel as always. Sacks of dark drop coffee beans. I guess we might as well pick these up. We will want to leave room for supplies and fuel, though. So let's pick up 30 of this. 28. Let's just go for a flat 30 and fill the rest of the space up with fuel and supplies from Rack when we go get there. Yeah, we should be all right. Go get fuel and supplies at Rack, because by that point we will have eaten down, so we'll see our ratio a little bit more clearly. We don't have any particular reason to stop off at Fallen London, so we may as well just set sail straight for Rack. take on things that way. Sailing across the entirety of the Sunless Sea is really not that much of an issue now. Delivering this back and forth between the Empire of Hands and here is not too bad. Another Gillifleur in range. I think we should be able to outrun it, and I think probably won't be able to touch us with anything. Yeah, there we go. And how far are we out from Rack? Still a fair distance. Ooh, a fog bank forming. Another bound shark. I think didn't we actually find out the reason for bound sharks? I want to say that we did. I think it was the Drownies? Or maybe the Presbyteros. We did find out that somebody was actually the ones responsible for finding up all the Z-beasts. I can't quite recall as to who. Anyway, we'll go get ourselves a new Escaped Composer's song here. Open up the shops and fill up on the supplies we will need as well as the fuel. So I think that 10 supplies will be plenty. We'll fill up the rest with fuel. That'll probably even be more supplies than we need. And then we can set off for the Empire of Hands. That's just another putter pony. And we'll actually sail on the surface. We've been sailing underwater for quite a bit of this time. And I don't know if that's necessarily the right option. We're not really searching for anything anymore. We're not taking fights, because we really just don't need to. Who knows, though? Pirate Pinnace, you will go and fight. There we go. Frigate of Prisoners, honey. Okay, so I guess we will stop in the Utter Shroom. Suppose we might as well. Grab some Blemigans or something there. Apparently you need clarity of 20 or greater to get the thing for Dahoot? My god. That is super clear. Okay, no wonder I haven't been able to just randomly get up to it. That is an amazing amount of clarity. That said, I think we can actually do that and raise clarity and enthrallment together. And then if we need to, just consume the white molliflower to reduce our enthrallment to 0. No restriction on enthrallment. Oh, okay. That's not too bad then. So we will just get super, super enthralled and stuff in Dahoot. Or super, super clear in Dahoot. Go and do that. That'll, of course, be after the shipment is delivered. Along with a few Blemigans here and there. So we are going to, 1, grab another live specimen, and 2, gain... supplies. That's not actually welcome, but supplies and Blemigans. Oh, out of Frigates of Prisoners, honey. I thought we had 3. Hold on. Did we not gain... I guess we didn't. I thought we had gained 2 from the ship there. But now we have 2 Blimigans to go drop off in whatever place that we want. I don't actually know if we've dropped one off at the Empire of Hands yet. We can go check whether that'll be a good option for him. Uh-oh. Is that a dreadnought? Kind of looks that way. Skirt the shore so we don't have to fly with our lights on. Yep, that is a glorious dreadnought after all. It looks like we've managed to make our way... Oops! Ugh, not quite. Make our way around it. God, our ship is wide. Super duper wide, but luckily we're only taking 1 or 2 points of damage every time, so we should be okay. Let's go deliver some hydrogen. We are almost all the way there. Just 1 more shipment to make. And let's go drop off a Blemigan here, too. Put a Blemigan ashore. Blemigans and monkeys on the same island? Nothing bad can come of this. An eager departure. The Blemigan disappears into the dense jungle. It should thrive in the Empire's cold humidity. Alright. Now, we can still go back here. We can do ourselves another treasure hunt. I really want to find this before the monkeys go. But I really don't know how to parse these instructions. North for each city the bats have brought down. That is only fallen London that is north of 1. East to the river where no man fears to drown. I have no clue what that river is referring to. It also sounds like a physical location on the map, which just isn't... It's not a number, as far as I can tell, unless there's a numbered river on the map somewhere. South for each island the Empire can claim. That is 6. We do know that much. And west for each bearer of the Empire's name, which we think is 1. Straight for the horizon. Avid horizon, I'm assuming. Then take a step more. Oh, it's probably 1 step north. Okay, so 1 north, I guess all the way east. 6 south. 1 maybe west. 1 north. 4 west. Okay. We just got to remember that. 1 north, all the way east. 6 south. 1 west. 1 north. 4 west. North. We'll just go for it. So 1 north. All the way east. That's all the way east. South for each the Empire. So 6 south. Oh, we can't go that far south. Uh-oh. Maybe it was 4. Maybe there is only 4. West, 1, north, 1, and west, 4? East 4? I think it was west 4. Blast! We can't dig here. North for each city the bats brought down. It's still just 1. East to the river. South for each island. West, north, west. Shoot. I really don't know what I'm missing. It must be this east to the river line, and possibly the west for the bearer of the Empire's name things. Is it just 1 for the bats? Did the bats bring down a thing of monks? They lived up in the ceiling. I think they just fell. I don't believe the bats actually did that. Well, whatever, we're just going to keep searching. Oh, ceremonial circle. Maybe this is what we need? You could dig here. Will there be treasure? No. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm necessarily missing here. Well, that's that part. Time to do our trade route. So we've got the dark drop coffee beans, which we picked up from the Iron Republic. We'll make our way... Ooh, should we go to Dahoot first to top off our fuel? Nah, we can do a little bit of refueling over in the Khanate. Then to Irem, to Dahoot again, then we can refill there, enough to get to the Iron Republic. And last one back. Let's see, how far out are we? We're a fair distance. I'm trying to think. Ooh, that's a Lorne Fluke. Luckily not interested in us. I'm trying to think of what I could be missing. I really don't think it's the bats part. Because the bats are... The bats only brought down Holland London, I'm pretty sure. Whoops, a little close. There we go. We'll make our way over here. Khan's Heart. Oh, right, we've already got the, well, we'll go grab our intelligence, I suppose. Vital intelligence and memory of distant shores. Yeah, perfect. And what do spies need? Cash. 300 echo. That's doable. Oh, but that's a challenge, too. Apparently, a move in the Great Game, some meter salt, and a sack of dark drop coffee beans is also going to do that, or we can trade another piece of vital intelligence. I don't think we will do that. We will open up, however, the free quarter. That'll give us access to this. Should we sell all these royal blue feathers? They sell for one more echo than Fallen London, so it's something. I think we'll just top off our fuel. $12, I think, should be plenty. Supplies are doing fine. Let's top the rest off with sacks of dark drop coffee beans. And onwards and upwards. So let's head north to Frostfound, where we can get a free fuel and supply. Might as well. We will have to hope that a something oasis is present by the time we get here. You know, maybe we should skip Frostfound for that specific reason. We don't really need the fuel and supply, I suppose. So that's something Oasis takes a long time. To come back. Well, probably not as long once we were traveling kind of slowly, but it certainly takes a long time now. We have made it to Irem. We will sell all these. Thank you very much. And since we're not using that in the House of the Amber Sky this time, let's go sacrifice a lamentable relic here. We've got so many. We're going to move in the Great Game for it. You will break the ice on the wide pool. You will toss the relic in. When the life lived. When the waves settle, you will see falling snow and black bark. You will see two men standing in wintry woods. The younger will prove himself to the older. Others have done so before. Others will do so after. The vision will change. The old man will sip coffee on a sunlit street. He will write an order. He will send a pawn below to London. Sweet. And with that, we can set off down back to Dahoot. While we deeply ponder what it is we're missing. Yeah, we're just about in line with it. Uh-oh. So our crew is starting to get nightmares, which we will, of course, ignore. Uh-oh. Got ourselves in a bit of a pickle here with fog. They're not all that terrible. I think we can outsail that. Yeah, we'll outsail that guy for sure. And then we can submerge out here. Looked it up, and one of the clues, it seems like, for the treasure map, you can't figure out without finishing the Zeppelin. Ah, okay. So yeah, that'll probably be why we can't do that. What are the numbers you got for the rest? So we only know of one city that was brought down by the bats. I'm pretty sure it's just Fallen London. Maybe there are more. I'm not quite sure. I can't recall the rest of the clues. But I think we went to the horizon, which we thought was Avid Horizon. We went north by one. I don't know. There were a few steps, and I've forgotten seemingly all of them. And apparently, introducing a Blemigan to Dahoot requires a clarity check. We'll sell all of these, though. Make ourselves some more lovely, lovely profit. And then buy some supplies. Say that much. And fuel. To verify that you are of sound mind, obviously. Oh, what the introducing a Blemigan here? Yeah, I can kind of see. I don't know, the Blemigans we've been talking, we've been taking around, they're all docile, but apparently Blemigans elsewhere are not very nice. I also realized we do not have nearly enough fuel. Well, we've got enough fuel to make it to the Iron Republic. What am I talking about? But yeah, the Blemigans we're getting from the Uttershroom, they are totally normal, but the Blemigans we've come across in a bunch of other locations. Whoa! Big sea creature apparently died here. Those Blemigans are really vicious, it seems. But I think for this, what shall we do to these whale bones? Z has not been kind. The colossal skull is intact, but the body has been reduced to an odd frame of bones. Carvings have been scored into the bones. I am more interested in the carvings than anything else here. Let's examine the engravings here. Are these inscriptions? You don your diving gear. Someone has made a palimpsest of the bones. This is not a corpse, but a bone book. A Z voyage is engraved on the skull. From a city at the confluence of 3 rivers. A woman is at the helm. On the underside of a rib, the same image reversed. She returns. An ancient language is scrawled over everything. Someone has attempted to score out the words, but was prevented halfway through, or gave up. Ah, fragment and intriguing snippets. Interesting. Just wanted to help so that you don't get stuck. Yeah, the issue is like honestly, with the number of clues on that map, I just don't recall what we determined for everything. If I was looking at it, I could confirm what the numbers we figured out were, but without looking at it, I have no recollection of what was where. That is another mine. We will not touch that one. Slowly make our way back to the Iron Republic. It's good to know that at least that treasure map won't get locked off by the Zeppelin. I was marginally worried that the Zeppelin would blow up or something. You know, I bet there's a sabotage portion depending on like if you're super tied into Fallen London or something. I bet there's a sabotage option to sabotage the Zeppelin. Though I suppose that option would kind of just be not making the Zeppelin in the first place. Ooh, oh, that was solid. My bad. Oh, that scared my heart. It scared the absolute crap out of me. Yeah, there's that massive mine. Can I investigate you? Oh, I can. Whoa, this is a different thing. Unexploded, unclear bomb. The silt half covers a gleaming copper sphere, studded with spikes. A deep red light flickers continuously from within its central chamber. Your submarine's lights fail and darken as they glance across the shell. Ooh. 50-50 chance of scavenging a mechanism from the device. Oh, this is so neat. But it's a massive bomb. You know, we've got a lot of hull. Let's scavenge a mechanism from the device. It may come in useful. Be careful, though. Oh, no. Unlucky. You don your diving gear. You approach the copper bulk of the bomb, fighting against a persistent current. Pulling yourself across its surface, you look for a way to access its valuable interior. Here, a panel. You try to pry it off. The device shudders. An expulsion of silent blackness engulfs you. It devours the light of the ship's beams like a glutton at Sunday dinner. In an instant, it kills every lamp on board, every filament bulb. A passing school of pilot fish are extinguished. Your panicking crew winch you back aboard, and you flee through the pitch dark until your lights begin limply to return. Gain 10 terror for that. That's not great. I reversed the U and N in unclear and was like, nope. I have a feeling that is kind of what they were planning on having that represent. Apparently it was a darkness bomb or something of that sort. So yeah, it looks like we resurfaced at just the perfect time. We can go dock in Fallen London, pick up the last shipment. Make it over to the island. And I think when we get back there, I may accept spoilery helpers from chat when it comes to regarding that map. I've tried it a few times, and I think I've just not paid close enough attention to the lore of the place. I think I've missed some clues, especially since a lot of them are numbered counts of things. I think I might have just missed some locations, because there must be more than one city, more than Fallen London, that has been taken down here by bats. Though I'm still not sure how the aeronautics work on that. That does not seem like a something that'll actually be able to happen. Oh, yeah, we can also put a Blemigan over here in the Iron Republic. Sure, let's do that. Put a Blemigan ashore. How will nature fare in a place which defies its laws? Fungal horror. The Blemigan spins boldly down the gangplank. It seems startled when it meets itself on the quay twice. Its duplicates bob solicitously, there we go, like ambassadors greeting their peer, and continue past it up into your ship. The first Blemigan vanishes into the crowd. The other two peer up at you as if to say, are we quite finished here? Okay. We simultaneously got propagation and... No, okay, so I thought we had picked up 2 more Blemigans, but they just kind of looked up at us. Apparently they were already here. That is super weird. Well, yeah, it's not just Fallen London brought down by bats. Oh. Whoops. Yeah, so I figured we'd kind of mess that up. That's okay. We can, we will, probably just get, Oh, we did actually gain both of those. So yeah, one net Blemigan. You are correct. We will probably, though, just somebody let me know where that treasure is. I think we'll pick up the sacks of Dark Drop coffee beans. We'll pick up 30 again, I think. And that will leave us some space for supplies and fuel, which we are a bit lacking in. But yeah, I don't want to spend too much time searching Fountainhead stuff, especially since there's no clear compendium of information on the Sunless Sea. There are the journals and stuff, but that is... Oh god. That is more of a quest log than anything else. Give me the coordinates it's at. Oh, really? Okay. Well, yeah, I guess there are numbers assigned. We may well take that offer. It's a shame, though. I really wanted to learn it if there was something to tell. I would have loved for it to be a breakdown of, like, what exactly everything was. I would love to know which cities were taken down by the bats. I'm assuming well, obviously Fallen London. I guess Aeshivan, the Spire of Monks and all that. Maybe that is it. Ah, another nightmare. Oh, but we can... Oh, no, that's going deeper into it. Okay, if we could confront it, I would have taken it, but... No, we'll just keep running away. We'll get our nightmare set far, far away from us. But yes, as I was saying, I wish there was a breakdown more than just the coordinates. I wish there was somebody going, yes, these cities have been brought down by bats. This is how many emperors there have been. This is the Horizon stuff. A bit of a shame, but that's okay. I'll accept the coordinates. That is totally acceptable for our purposes. I wonder what the treasure is going to be, though. That is what I'm super curious about. We'll get back here to Fallen London since our terror is starting to pick up. And here we are. Message from the Harbor Master. Sweet, everything is fine. Our terror is at 50, and we don't have a something awaits us, which is why we don't have any free terror reduction. Not that it would go any lower. We can turn in that extra intriguing snippet that we picked up. Yes, we did, to the Alarming Scholar. Oh, and we got a present from her. You've been so very helpful, I wanted to give you something for your next voyage. I bottled it up myself. Lovely. 2 free supply for our collection. We could also sell some strange catches. How much do those sell for? 10 echo? No, I think not. Strange catch, pickled into quiescence. Deep excitement. The scholar circles your specimen jar, tapping at the glass with a variety of tools. Screwdriver, magnet, scrutinizers, tuning fork, flensing knife, and a sort of slotted spoon. This will keep them going for weeks. He says half to himself. We'll dine at the high table tonight, I think. Well, we've done that bit, at the very least. Let's see. Could trade in one of our live specimens. Let's see what she pays for it. We've got more strange catches. I assume a live specimen will go for more. Something not yet extinct. 100. Yeah, so 10 times the price. You flick the blanket away and the creature in the container shrinks away from the light. The scholar clasps hands in delight. Ooh, it's still moving. I can think of uses for this. Okay, so not a bad trade deal there. But. Let's go talk to our family. Go grab some news here. Yeah, some different news. News from home. The Echo Bazaar, that enigmatic marketplace, has increased its tax on love stories. The trader Empress has forbidden singing in the streets outside her palace. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably, there we go, dynamited a drinking fountain. And the Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of gallbladder wasps. Not too bad. But let's go. I think we have enough terror that we can both rest, which we should do first. That'll give us the restful nights, set it to 2. As well as spend some time with our family. And that will reduce our terror down to 14. Much more manageable levels. Okay. So the Roser's Wharf. Yeah, I suppose we might as well trade away one of our live specimens here. Gain 150 echo for it, which is always good. And she will go and free the live specimen that we give her. She comes here to protest against the shadow puppet production of the honey harvest. She's also known to buy caged specimens, room in her heart. I never did like to see anything locked up. She searches her purse for payment as 2 of her burlier supporters heft the cage. The thing inside is remarkably still. The dauntless temperance campaigner hands over the fee and pats the cage. Come now, dearie, let's get you out of here. Oh, so it's another campaigner. Dauntless temperance campaigner, apparently. That's neat. We do still have, yes, the Indomitable campaigner. I wonder what she was campaigning for prior to her accepting our crew offer. I don't think they ever brought that back up. But we have enough. Yeah, we have enough fuel to reach Rack, I think. Maybe we'll buy a little bit just to make sure we can get over there. We'll go to Rack. We'll buy that there. We will head to the Utter Shroom. We will get ourselves another live specimen. Suppose in Rack. Actually, hold on. Can we deposit? Yeah, Blimmigan here. Oh. Okay. So apparently Blemmigan's in Fallen London. This fellow will take. And I don't know if he's going to take both of them. I would not like it if he did. Deliver Blemmigan's a great coat-clad figure waits in the shadow of a crane. You have Blemmigan's, it inquires hopefully. Its voice is high fluting. A scarf conceals its face. Sure, let's give it to him. Welcome, Blemmigans. Your Blemmigans swirl up across the deck like Claude and Violet Fog, up into the great coat like squirrels into a shrub. Thank you all, the figure flutes. We have something for you, and we wanted you to have this, our work, though it's unsigned, of course. It retreats into the dockside mist, leaving a dank odor behind. A packing crate and some love poetry. Okay. Yeah, so they took all of our Blemmigans for that. Interesting. And we got a bale of parable linen for our trouble. That's not too bad, because we're going to sell those anyway. Huh. Interesting. I kind of feel like that was a bunch of Blemmigans in an overcoat. I have a odd feeling that was what we just encountered there. We have some romantic literature. Can we offload that here? I think We could probably only offload approved romantic literatures in this location. Yeah. At least it was free. Suppose the next time we dock here, they will search our ships and we can pay some tax on it. Alternatively, we might be able to use it for something else, but what exactly, I'm not quite so sure. While we are here, anything to buy or sell? We can sell... No, selling the Bale of Parabola in here would just be a waste. Yeah, I think we're probably good. We'll just set out for rack. And restock up there. So let's get our supplies and fuel topped off here in a second. And we will go for the last Zeppelin delivery we will ever make. That will finish off the Zeppelin completely, all of its fuel and stuff. We'll be able to report that. And presumably the Zeppelin will take off with the Empire of Hands all aboard, with all the sold apes. I wonder if that's a victory condition as well. We won't take it, of course, but if it is, that would actually be pretty neat, especially since we did sail off the east side of the map and there's actually stuff over there, which I was super surprised about. I really thought it would just be, you know, another side with not too much on it, but there was actually something very interesting over there, which was very, very strange. Let's go into rack, though. We will grab... Oh no, we still have the music from the escaped composer here. Check on the city so we can open up the bit of this. We can sell our romantic literature here. Since we did get it for free, we might as well. And then pick up, say, 16 fuel and the rest in supply. And that should do the trick here. Getting us across. Okay, up to the surface. And we have a long way to go to the other shroom. And we don't have a firkin of prisoner's honey to get more blemigans either. Dang. Okay. Well, we'll at least be able to get the live specimen. Looks like there's another Corsair ship. If we wanted to make 400 easy echo, we could always take the Pirate Poet again, but I think we probably shall not. A little bit south here, and we should hit the Utter Shroom. So, please do your fungal magic on my carcass here. On my lovely strange catch. Thank you very much. Turn it into a live specimen, and we are done with the Utter Shroom. Time to go to the Empire of Hands. And honestly, it may be time to retire after that. There are a few hanging threads just here and there. Actually, one thing that I do want to do is find the prisoner, the escaped composer's prisoner. But I feel like a lot of the stuff that we are trapped on, that we have left to do, is just kind of... that's beyond our individual motivations. We're just kind of taking notes off of boxes there. Uh-oh. Dreadnought's seen me. And immediately unseen me. Okay, that'll work. I do want to figure out what's up with the escaped composer, but the Carnelian exile is just entirely too cryptic. I don't know what she wants, and the Merciless Modiste is a similar way. I don't know. Maybe we won't postpone. At the very least, right now, we can go and bring the hydrogen to the Zeppelin. Straight from the Iron Republic. There you go, we get some drowning pearls for it. And another proud infernal export. With hydrogen to fill the Zeppelin, the fuel required to power it will go much further. As indeed, will the Zeppelin once it has been completed. The Overseer pays your delivery fee. We are done. The Zeppelin is complete. It's time to return to the exquisite seneschal for your reward. The apes will handle the final details. Escorted to the wild wheeled court. The Overseers dispatch a pair of spare monkeys to row you over to Sovereign Island. We get to get rown over instead of having to row ourselves. The trip is endlessly more pleasurable without you having to do the rowing. By the time you arrive, the exquisite seneschal has already summoned to the court. Monkeys of every status line the silent gallery, awaiting the pleasure of the Emperor. Emperor Crispin the... Ooh, is that 4th or 6th? I think that's 4th. Okay, so we have a number of emperors. Yeah. So we super missed all of the notes here. 4th? Okay, good to confirm. Emperor Crispin the 4th holds court in the heart of his palace. None may speak without permission, but the voice of the Emperor is still the least heard of all. Hero of the wild wheeled court, there is no applause as you walk into the silent gallery. There is, however, a measure of gratitude and grudging respect buzzing in the air. The exquisite seneschal addresses the crowds. My fellows, my friends, a great new era is upon us. Soon the great exodus shall begin. We shall forge the second great empire in a land far, far away. Oh, they're going to space. To Tatooine, I guess. It will require everything we have and more. Only if we all pull together, from our highest to our lowest, one united empire striding forward in unison, can we prove ourselves worthy of the souls we have claimed. She pauses, gestures to you, but we would not be here without one human, one with the bravery to stand against the prejudices of their bat people. Bat people? Hold on. By imperial decree, it shall therefore be our guest's honor to give name to the instrument of our salvation. She turns to you, the monkeys lean in expectantly. Ooh. What to name it? So, the Pentecost Ascendant. Okay. Pax Imperialist. Imperial Peace. Endless Reach. Second Lineage. The Flying Monkey. I feel like we want something a little bit more fancy than the Flying Monkey. That seems, a little insulting, especially since they're apes, not monkeys. Very different. Imagine if the monkeys just randomly picked suffixes. I just noticed that. That is definitely something I could see them doing. I think we're going to call it... I'm leaning towards Second Lineage or the Pax Imperialis. And I'm kind of leaning towards the former. Former on this. Like the Second Lineage. Pax Imperialis, though. I'd say that seems a lot more fitting with what they actually got it for. Second Lineage is nice. It's descriptive and stuff. But Imperial Peace? That seems like what they're going for. An Empire at peace, just off doing their own thing over in whatever the heck the East lands are. I don't know why we couldn't stay there, but that seems like... Yeah, I think I'm going to lean towards that. The Pax Imperialis. You remember your chosen name. The exquisite seneschal listens, nods, and turns to the audience. The human has spoken, she shouts. Our salvation shall be named the soaring glory of Emperor Crispin IV, greatest of his name. What? Hey, that's not the name I gave you. Hey! I guess it didn't matter anyway. With a slight raise of his right paw, the Emperor graciously gives the audience permission to whoop. Bloody monkeys. At least they pay up as promised. We now have 3 ray-drenched cinders. Ooh. Interesting. Well, I guess that'll be it. I don't know what else to do with these ray-drenched cinders. I knew they were in here as the trades of the courts. I think we'll trade 1. And we'll hold on to the other 2. Because I haven't seen them anywhere else. It does say that they are 1 for colors. Here, we'll actually go back. We'll double check outside of the court. Oh, those are actually... Oh, hold on. Hold on a second. Those are actually curiosities and not cargo hold items. Are they? Yeah. Yeah, apparently has Cosmogon Light. So in that case, I don't mind that. If we had stored them here, then that would be a bit of an inconvenience. Not terrible, but a little unfortunate. But if they're just going to be sitting in the curiosities section, not taking up space, I think I'm okay with that. Very much so. But let's set sail up to the Khanate and then Irem. And then back down to Dahut to make more fortune. That is just a lot of sailing off in this direction. Its only other uses is as a color or selling in London. Okay, that's good to know. So yeah, we will probably end up trading that for a Judgment's Egg. Though I can't recall if a Judgment's Egg actually also take up cargo space. I would like to keep our cargo hold as free as possible, because we already have so many things cluttering it up. And Judgment's Eggs are pretty valuable. Trade with an alarming scholar for 800 echo, or trade with the apes for Judgment's Egg. Okay, I think in that case we will definitely trade it for Judgment's Eggs. Those are way more useful than 800 echo, because 800 echo we can get anywhere. Judgment's Eggs are exceptionally rare. Oh, and you know, we didn't even watch the Zeppelin sail off. We didn't even confirm whether it did. Whoops. We should probably do that. All right, we'll buy all the stuff at the Nefrit Quarter, all of the Dark Drop coffee beans that we can hold. There we go. Make our way to Irem. Ooh, food is not doing so great. I think we'll have enough. Maybe we'll stop off in Frostfound, since we do currently have a Something Awaits Us. Or maybe we just buy food in Irem. Actually, double hold on a second. We don't need something awaits us. We're just selling off parabolin in Irem. We're not going to try to enter the dream or anything. So, yeah, we will stop off in Frostfound and use that there. There we go. 10 Terra down. 1 fuel, 1 supply. I think we should be good. Let's get back to Dahoot. Okay. So we have made it to Irem. We will do our very expansive shipment, actually. Because of the biggest shipment of Dark Drop coffee beans we've actually brought here. Go trade them all off. And there's nothing to do in Irem without something waits us, yeah. I could have sworn that we could get a Dread Surmise. Oh no, you can sell a Dread Surmise here for 10 Searing Enigmas. Or Enigma. Is Enigma plural in itself? I'm not sure. That's a real good trade route. It is a very good trade route. It's an exceptional trade route. I love that it's so close on this map. I'm not sure in any follow-up maps, or preceding ones, I suppose, since we never necessarily got over here, whether it would have been quite so good. I think that's probably the only reason the devs let it stay, is that they assumed that it just kind of depended on RNG, whether Dahoot, the Khanate, and Irem are close together. Irem, I believe, stays. I think somebody said that Irem is always in the same location no matter what you do in a playthrough, where everything gets settled out. But the other 2 locations, I'm pretty sure, can move around a little bit. Enigme. Enigme for the plural, right. Latin roots. Okay, something waits us back, which means Dahoot here. Best to be ready. We will go submerge out here. Hopefully before this guy can take pot shots at us. Not quite, but he did miss. So we're still doing okay. Dahoot is here. So, we need to have clarity at 20. That's what we need. Let's go and sell this all off first. My god, are we making profit from that? Top off our fuel and supplies. Maybe a little more. Whoops. Didn't mean to go that high, but you know why we're going for it. There we go. And now, stay a while. Terror is pretty low, so we should be good here. Now, I do believe we have to look for visitors and all that. Okay, success there. And look for the secret places, which we know is under the staircase. And we can investigate the crypt to know that they are down there. I think those are all the introductory steps. We may as well sing the Song of Broken Hull since that helps us gain clarity. There we go. Total of 16. Let's go investigate the calendar. I feel like that will give us some clarity as well. Ooh, and some terror. The dates in Dahoot do not progress as they should. The seasons sometimes overlap. Sometimes it is no season at all. Do not be foolish. The drowning in the vicar's collar peers at you. You have been in here since Janupril, he says, as though to a young child. There will soon be Feast of All Shrieks, and then Saint Aegidius Day. You're more enthralled. You need that Song of Broken Hulls to break out the person. Oh, no. Okay. Well, dang. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I suppose while we're stuck here, we may as well consider attending the Midsummer Festival. Beside the cathedral is a green field, and on that field are bakers and ribbons and cakes with whole fruits baked inside. There will be a chance to back out if you do not care for the ritual. Let's do it. A memory of the surface. Everything is washed in light, though there is no sun. The air water tastes of strawberries. The dancers are all around you. The pipes and the drum desire you to sing. And coming towards you are 3 especially tall and lithe drownies. They are carrying trophies and a crown of ivy and white berries and a witty poem in your honor. Interesting. Dahoot Midsummer Festival. The shadow of the cathedral spire moves across the grass, but slowly, cast by no particular sun. When it gets to one edge of the grass, it stops and sweeps the other way. This is going to reduce our terror and grant an unusual reward. I don't know if we'll have the opportunity to get this at any other time. Is what I'm worried about. It very much seems like... Very much seems like a illusion, an enthrallment. We have great clarity. Do we wake? We have the Molliflower. We have picked it up for a specific purpose. I'm kind of worried that they are going to like torment me in some way. I'm kind of worried that beneath all the enthrallment and the illusion and stuff, this is actually something significantly more sinister. Since most of our interactions, even the failed ones, though we haven't failed that often, are positive. They've been pretty positive, but there's got to be another shoe to drop. No, it's worth it. You should linger. Yeah, all right. I'll linger. Why would anyone desire anything else? Here it is. Summer. Understanding. You see the long midsummer afternoon and the people celebrating. You see the deep sea and the drifting dead. If you listen, you can hear the songs of both at once. They do not harmonize. They produce some third song between them. Ah, drowning song in counterpoint. Get a thing that helps with a different quest. Interesting. Well, that's interesting. New song. And that'll apparently end our stay. Fascinating. Okay, so I'm assuming that drowning song is probably meant for Antha up here, because that is something that we have for her. And we now have a sharpened tongue, I think. Drowning song helps with Rosie's thing. Yeah, that's up in Antha. Okay, so let's go to Rosie. Let's go to Antha. We'll go to Antha, go up there, stop off at Rack, I think, to go pick up another one of those. There we go. Go stop off at Rack to grab another. Song of Broken Hulls from the escaped composer over there, as well as just top off on anything we happen to need. What are you? Just another mine. And then we will probably return to Dahoot. We'll stop off at Fallen London too, just so we can get more recent news to actually be allowed in. And this should be a ways away in this direction. Ah, that's the bottom of one of the vortexes. Oh, I can actually still get sucked up in it, too. Oh, and another shipwreck. Sure, let's go check in here. Some supplies. Lovely. So I'm hoping that because of the fact that we've gone sharp in the tongue, or maybe it was in the lungs, but one of those should help out with our reproduction of the song. Hopefully. We'll see if this helps out with Rosie's animescence, since we do know that we can use these songs here. It's kind of odd, though, because things that enliven the soul are supposed to detract from animescence patients. They cause the soul to burn more brightly, which is not good in their cases. I don't know. It's been a long time since we've been here, so let's see what it has here. Oh, apparently we've not gotten a port report, or we used it for something else. Interesting. Let's go visit Rosina, though. Yeah, so... since we do have a sharpness, we can sing the drowning counterpoint at extra length and subtlety. So hopefully this will help patch her up. The light and gloom might counteract one another. You have the singing voice to perform it with more than typical control. The cavern is crowded. In the center is a bathtub full of ice, in which sits a woman in an obvious state of illness. Several Antheans attend her, one with deft, clear fingers. Then there are a number of other people attending, who mostly talk among themselves, but sometimes turn to watch Rosina. Let's try singing it extensively. We could also talk about the social stratification of visage, if we wanted to go that route. Barbing of the lungs definitely helps out. Yeah, I want to double check. I actually don't know where we'd see that. Probably here. Sharpness of spleen. Sharpness is 3. And we do have the barbing of the lungs and the acumination of the tongue. So, yeah, we should have everything we need to sing this. Let's give it a try. A settled audience. Rosina braces herself in the ice bath and prepares for the song. You cannot replicate exactly how it sounds in the air water of Dahoot, but its contradictions come through clear enough. It's hard to take either joy or sorrow too seriously if you believe in the song. You sing for a long time. Rosina looks ever more meditative and tranquil. One of the onlookers takes off his robe and leaves the room before you finally finish. Oh, and her situation has gone up. She's nearly recovered. Wow, fantastic. And I suppose we might as well tell her about the social stratification of visage. Obscure pedantry might be just the thing for Rosina. You have the tongue to tell it. Sure, and we know visage here anyway. Curative tedium. You explain the masks. You explain the etiquette associated with each one. You rely upon the most technical of anthropological vocabulary. You must allow yourself some reflections upon theories of esquivalescence? Yes, esquivalience. There we go. As they pertain to performative duties in highly dissimilar dissimulative societies. Oh my goodness. Rosina's nurse touches your elbow. First sound sleep she's had in weeks, she whispers with a nod at the resting patient. It'll do wonders for her, especially if she can avoid dreaming. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and we've almost cured her through those. Ah, wow. She's doing great. Apparently we can witness her recovery here. She's looking better and better. If you were hoping for praise, gratitude, and perhaps some thankful tears, they are not forthcoming. Bring my logbook, Rosina tells her nurses. I need to review the records. She looks in your direction. Would you be able to replicate the treatment you gave me? Probably not. It's really a matter of chance that this worked so well. You're frank. Her face falls. We'll have to do our best. Write down everything that happened here. Pulse count, daily ice usage, the choice of stimuli, also the number of nurses and onlookers, the dimensions of the room, and the conditions of my spleen. When I am stronger, I can replicate the effects elsewhere. Experiment. Okay, and she's totally recovered now. Yeah, amazing. Well, let's speak to her about her history. We've never actually figured out what started it. Her chamber's in health. Gone is the ice bath. Gone are the whispering onlookers. Gone are the attendants. Rosina has remade this room as a hospital and a place of study, and she's recorded all that she has learned of animescence from her own treatment. Let's speak to her about her history. How did she come to take animescence? I ran the animescence hospital at Adam's Way. Oh, interesting. I was scrupulous, was never present when a patient burst into flame. When I felt too much pity, I would reassign staff, but I was less cautious outside the hospital. She goes to her stock of instruments and swabs each in ice water. I had received news that an enemy of mine was shamed and embarrassed. I was so carried away with angry pleasure, I actually think I was talking to myself. Of course, in that mood, I was far too vulnerable not to take the disease when an animescence beggar combusted in the street. The Nidaheen sent him to infect me. Nidaheen? What news gave her such angry pleasure? She's being elusive about the detail. A savage smile. The presbyterate do not share their immortality, she says, and she holds a blade in the flame. But one of them made an exception for his daughter and broke all the laws of his kind to send her the gift, because he hoped it would reconcile the rift between them. Her face is blank where anger would be, if her spleen were not a prism. Miriam, the daughter, she gave the gift away to a Kaganian general to spite her father and punish the presbyterate. The last person they would have wanted to immortalize. I found that outcome satisfying. Interesting. Hold on, so is this talking about the presbyterate adventuress, Miriam, maybe? The father that we blew up. not intentionally though. And a Kaganian general. That one we don't know. Wow, though. That's a ton there. Well, should we keep our sharpnesses now? No clue. That is Rosina cured. She is completely fixed. We are done with healing her. Well, that's another loose end we can tie off. I think we will head back to Fallen London here. We will probably end the stream. Now, it's a little bit late in terms of time, but it's a little bit early in terms of time played. My apologies, we did start quite a bit late today, but that was just... oops, that's an actual rock, not just background visual information. We just started a little bit late. I just had things to do, so couldn't quite start on time. Still, though, we got quite a bit done. We have finished off the Empire of Hands. They are well and proper done with the Zeppelin here. And so we have the opportunity to go and observe that, presumably, departing for the east. We'll have to go do that. We'll have to figure out the the Escaped Composers quest over in Dahoot. We have yet to do that. We do now know that we need to keep the Song of Broken Hulls. We do have to keep that for that particular part of the quest. We'll make sure to do that next time. Sadly, the chat was not able to keep up with my foolish decisions to use it accidentally, so not too bad. Show up to her with a wound and something waits you. She'll heal your wound for 2 supplies. Yes, she will, which is actually fantastic. That is an amazing trade. Absolutely amazing. So it's good to know that she will do that. Some color stuff. I think that removes terror. That's another ship trying to eat us alive. Not that we will give it the opportunity here. And this should be Fallen London. We may go through, whoops. Oh, can I not surface? I'm sorry, can I not surface in Fallen London? This should be Fallen London, right? Here we go. But yeah, healing wounds over in Antha now is actually pretty nice. That's not super far east, but it is far enough that it'll be easier than going to Fallen London. So if we end up collecting mirror catch boxes or something in Aestival, then we'll be able to cure the wound there, just to make sure it doesn't go do something unfortunate to us. Ah, finally, a way to get rid of Solace Fruit. Perhaps. Or to get rid of Scintilic. You know what? I will do the Scintilic here. Tattooed courier will pay well for a consignment of Scintilic. Her skin is crowded with bright ink, her smile is cocky. A satisfied customer. It makes admirable jewelry, she explains, but exceptional tea. 2 of the market's horse-masked attendants help her wheel the box away. Okay. No need for recruits. We already have way more crewmates than we need. We will go stop off here, perhaps. Presumably. Yep, that's Cosmion, isn't it? Hard to make out when one's awake, you know? Lovely color, reminds me of crab flesh. I think... Oh, no, we don't actually have a spare intriguing snippet. So nothing for the Alarming Scholar. I think we will trade those for Judgment's Eggs, since those are so much more difficult to get. Where is our lodgings? Here it is. We'll go grab the recent news to get back into Dahoot and spend some time with our family. Lose that little last bit of terror. Might as well. And as for us, I think we will be done. Next time we come back, we will go head to Rack to go grab that Song of Broken Hulls. Head over back to Dahoot, where we now know we need to get our clarity up to 20 so we can actually rescue the folks in there. And we have to have the Song of Broken Hulls to do it, apparently. So we'll go and do that. We cured Animescence in Antha today. We completely filled up the Zeppelin of the Empire of Hands. And we did a few things. We determined that abysses are actually things we can interact with. So we actually do need to go around. There are lots of them marked on the map that we have just never explored. And I wonder if each of them is unique or if they are kind of just random chance things. That is going to be super interesting. We'll come back and figure that out on Thursday. Thursday at 3 PST. That is when we will come back to the Sunless Sea. We will figure out what we can do here. Get a little closer, maybe end our captain. But no promises. We've decided to stop promising that we will end our captain. We'll try to get some quests done. Maybe figure out what's going on with the Merciless Mediste. I do believe we've seen the Irrepressible over, I think it's actually under the Chelonit over on the northeastern side of the map here. So maybe we'll go and try to take that on, see if that brings out anything in the Merciless Mideast. As for the Carnelian Exile, no clue. Names prison, whatever this is. Mastered, entered in the house of every power, burning truth to match a burning name. No clue what's going on. She's way too cryptic for us. That'll all be for Tuesday. If you're not just interested in Sunless Sea content, I will be back tomorrow at 3 PST to play Sevtech Ages. We are getting industrial there too. We are getting into Ender technology. Ender technology, as well as building ourselves a rocket ship. And we probably, even after we build the rocket ship, we probably won't set off for the moon until we go on a deeper dive into some of the other mods that we're looking at there. But that'll all be for tomorrow, 3 PST. I hope to see you guys at one of those 2 times. If not, I hope you guys find your own magical cure for a mysterious disease and sing a fancy song that does the trick. I, for the meanwhile, was going to end the stream here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers, y'all.